Greetings, fellow learners. Welcome to IziCodeCraft. Let's turn our experiences into lessons. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join the journey. Welcome to a new episode. In this video, we are going to go through the motivation and mindset lesson in the Odin Project. This is a more generic subject, not only specific to programming, but nonetheless still important. And it's something that will help us to stay on track, not lose focus on our goals of becoming a developer. Let's start it. Motivation and mindset. Introduction. Learning to code is incredibly rewarding, but can also be difficult and frustrating. Like any skill worth knowing, it takes time to acquire, and it can't be learned in a weekend or even a month. With that said, we believe anyone can learn how to program as long as they are willing to put in the time and effort. So before we get into the meat of the curriculum, we're going to go over the following to help you get the most out of the Odin Project. The things that will help you succeed in your goal of learning to code and the pitfalls that you should try to avoid. Motivation. Take a moment to think about why you have decided to learn programming. Do you want to have a fulfilling career that pays well? Are you excited by the creative outlet programming provides? Are you determined to develop the skills and abilities to build any app you can think of? Do you want to start your own company by turning an app idea into reality? Your motivation could be a combination of these reasons or something else entirely. Whatever it is, hold on tightly to your motivation. This will be what pulls you through to the end of this journey, giving you a definitive goal to aim towards. My motivation is driven by curiosity and ambition. I'm excited to transform creative ideas into real applications and explore the endless possibilities programming offers. The challenge is real, but the potential to build anything I imagine keeps me inspired and motivated. Growth mindset. Your mindset is very important when teaching yourself any new skills, not just programming. Your mindset will have more of an impact on your chances of success than just about anything else. Someone with a fixed mindset believes if they don't get something on their first attempt, they never will. They believe that they aren't smart enough to be able to do or understand some things. However, there is a wide body of research showing that intelligence is not fixed but can instead be developed. Someone with a growth mindset believes they can get better at anything with effort and persistence. What does this mean for you? It means you can learn new skills and develop new talents with persistence and grit. That's what I think. We can do anything we want or put our minds to. There will be many times throughout the Odin Project that you will get stuck on a concept or a programming problem and may find yourself questioning your ability to learn programming. When you find yourself in this position, remind yourself that you may not get it yet, but that with persistence and grit you will. Struggling with something is growth. It doesn't matter how long you struggle with a concept or project. All that matters is that you have the grit and tenacity to see it through. That's how real learning happens. While you're working through the curriculum, embrace the struggles you encounter with difficult concepts and complex projects. Be sure to celebrate your persistence in overcoming those struggles. When you find yourself questioning your abilities, reflect on the successes you have already achieved while learning to program. The projects you have completed and the concepts you once didn't understand but now do. This is all the proof you need that you can do it. Adopting a growth mindset has been crucial in my journey. Early on, I struggled with many concepts, but persistence paid off. Remembering past challenges and triumphs helps me tackle new obstacles. Embrace the struggle. It's a sign you're learning and evolving as a developer. The learning process. Learning concepts and then practicing them will help you to more fully understand how things work and fit together. Projects are the ultimate method for ensuring that your theoretical understanding aligns with how the programming concepts and techniques actually operate. When learning, your mind will consistently switch between focus mode and diffuse mode. Focus mode occurs when you are consciously focusing on learning, reading, watching videos, or working on a project. Diffuse mode occurs subconsciously, at times when you are not actively learning, such as when you're doing the dishes, exercising, or sleeping. In this state, your mind goes about the business of connecting what you have been learning to the other things you know. This is where breakthroughs happen. It's important to know that your mind goes through these two states when learning, because you can utilize this to make your learning more efficient. When stuck on a concept or project, taking a break to refresh and let your subconscious work on making connections more often than not yields a solution to your problem. The trick is to put effort into solving the problem first and then take a break. In short, understand it, practice it, and finally teach it. Teaching what you know to others is a great way to solidify what you have learned and can often reveal holes in your knowledge that you wouldn't have identified otherwise. You can practice this method of learning by helping others in our community. That's what I'm trying to do here with you guys. What to do when you're stuck. You will inevitably get stuck at some point in the curriculum, perhaps due to a concept that you are having difficulty understanding or perhaps due to something not working correctly in a project. Whatever it is, use the following tools to get unstuck. Google it. You can be certain someone else out there has encountered the same problem as you at some point. A quick Google search can often lead to a solution. Take a break. Allow your diffuse learning state to work on the problem. I need to say, from personal experience, this really works. A lot of times when I'm having some trouble or blocked in some way, I do a break, and when I come back to the problem, I find a solution out of nowhere. Now I know the theory of why this works. Ask for help in the Odin Project Discord server. Come prepared with your research. People will be more willing to help you when they can see you have already put effort into trying to figure out the solution on your own. Additionally, feel free to follow the diagram below that should help you going through problems that you may come across. This diagram outlines a clear and structured process for learning and practicing new concepts. It begins with a lesson introducing the concept and follows a logical progression that includes practice, self-assessment, research, experimentation, and seeking guidance if needed. The flowchart emphasizes iterative learning, encouraging learners to continually evaluate their understanding and seek help when necessary. It ensures that learners do not move forward without fully grasping the concept, promoting thorough comprehension and effective problem-solving skills. The loopback paths ensure continuous improvement and support until the learner can confidently finish the exercise. A note on AI code generation. As technology advances, we have seen some incredible tools emerge that can help accelerate coding capacity. One particular area that has exploded in popularity lately is the usage of large language models, LLMs, and generative AIs for code completion, like GitHub Copilot, and code generation, like ChatGPT. While these tools are amazing, learners should be aware of the impacts that using such tools can have on core competency. David Humphrey, a computer science professor, wrote about ChatGPT and its potentially negative impacts on core learning. It is a good read about the pitfalls of using generative AI in an educational context. For learners that are new to programming, tools like ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot can result in some blind spots and gaps in your knowledge. 1. By using a generative AI, learners may miss the opportunity to discover how something works and why things are done that way. 2. Asking good questions is an important skill to have, and using generative AI to skip asking people, like our helpful Discord community, means that your development of this skill is delayed. 3. Learning to talk about the code that one writes is another important skill. In a professional environment, it is highly likely that you will be doing code reviews where you have to explain the how and why behind what you are presenting. Using the Odin community to ask good questions about your code when you require help can help develop this skill as well. 4. As David Humphrey mentions, the output of generative AI must be closely scrutinized, and learners who are new to programming generally don't have a good overall understanding to be able to determine if the output is good or bad. 5. While learning how to provide good prompts to an AI tool is a skill, it is one that is supplementary to developing foundational programming skills. The Odin curriculum strives to teach that foundational skill. 6. AI tools are designed to answer questions and are not designed to help learners develop research and problem-solving skills. If you ask an AI for information, it will provide information to you. If you ask a human, they may invite you to share your understanding of the problem and offer some guidance on how to discover a solution. 7. Without practice in research, problem-solving and critical thinking, interviews could be a struggle since it is very likely that applicants would not be allowed to use AI tools. We do not recommend using AI tools for your learning. Managing your study time. You will have more success with Odin by putting consistent time into it rather than working on it once a week. Building a habit of studying every day at a specific time and with a specific goal will ensure that you make consistent progress. It may take you longer than others to grasp concepts, or it may take you less time. This doesn't mean you're smarter or dumber than others. It means you've had differing life experiences that may or may not have prepared you for learning this stuff. Someone who grew up around an engineer may have some advantages over someone who didn't, but it doesn't mean you can't learn those skills. The Odin Project isn't like college or university. It is self-paced and allows you to get a really solid grasp of concepts before moving on. In school, you're forced to keep up or you will fail. The difference here is that coming into the Odin Project, you're not expected to have much knowledge. There are no prerequisites. We've had people be successful coming through here who only knew how to check their email with a computer. We've also seen success from computer science degree holders. Treating the Odin Project like a static timeline is understandable, but is a sign of misplaced expectations. You don't know what you don't know yet, and that's okay. There are no due dates on things in the Odin Project, so you can spend the time to do it right and discuss the topics. Deadlines cause unneeded stress. Since the Odin Project is a free and open platform, you are not beholden to a deadline. Creating your own deadlines is a good way to rush concepts that should not be rushed. This course is very research-based, meaning you will have to do research to complete tasks and projects. There's no telling if you can find the article or post that helps you in the right way, quickly to meet your deadlines, but we bet you learned a TQuen along the way that you can use in the future. People that do this kind of research and strive to write better solutions tend to become better developers in the future. There's no knowing how long it could take you to learn how to query stuff to find your answers. There are no solid guidelines on that. If you're doing the Odin Project because you need a high-paying job right now, you're not going to become a solid developer within the time frame you have set. Stress and anxiety absolutely do not help you learn either. Relax and just enjoy the ride. Long story short, don't worry, just go learn. That's a good advisement too regarding this YouTube channel, cause, for example, my first idea was to make all of each lesson in a video, but depending on the assignments that might take a lot longer than I was expecting to make it in a video only, so sometimes that isn't feasible. I'm sure that when we are going to have coding challenges it would not be wise to try to rush things too, so please be comprehensive as well with me. As I said before, I'm far from a perfect programmer, so I would not know everything. I will learn with you guys throughout the videos and episodes. My goal is that somewhere in the future I will be able to make complex things or challenges made easily. That's the goal, guys. Pitfalls to avoid. The following are some of the pitfalls that beginners often encounter when learning how to program. Try your best to avoid these. Procrastination. Procrastination will be your biggest enemy when trying to make progress. Solution. The Pomodoro technique is a way of managing your time in order to stay focused. The idea is to set a timer for 25 minutes and to work on a task until the timer goes off. If you get distracted or interrupted during the 25 minutes, start the 25 minutes of work over again. Once you've successfully focused on work for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break. When your break is over, repeat the 25 minutes of work and 5-minute break. After you've completed 4 25-minute blocks of work, take a longer 15 to 30-minute break. The Pomodoro technique is great for avoiding procrastination as it forces you to work without distractions. Since the work time only lasts 25 minutes before taking a break, it's not overwhelming, making it harder to rationalize procrastination. If you want to try it out, PomoFocus is a customizable Pomodoro timer that works on desktop and mobile browser. Not taking breaks. As you get into the material, you may feel compelled to continuously study for long periods of time. It might seem like you are getting more work done at first, but this often leads to burnout, which consequently results in lower productivity. It may seem counterintuitive, but you will actually get more done if you regularly step back to recharge your brain and body. Studies show that performance increases after breaks of all durations, from extended vacations down to micro breaks of 30 seconds. John Trugakos, Associate Professor of Management at the University of Toronto, says that mental concentration is similar to a muscle. Our focus becomes fatigued after sustained use and needs a rest period to recover, just like a bodybuilder resting between sets at the gym. Solution. Use the previously mentioned Pomodoro technique to time how often and how long to take your well-deserved breaks. Feel free to play around and experiment with different frequencies and durations of breaks. What to do during your break. A listen to music. A journal. A doodle. A meditate. A play a quick game. A go for a short walk outside. Check out this article for more information on breaks and productivity. Digital distractions. Digital distractions are email and Facebook notifications and time-wasting websites, such as social media. These distractions break your focus and make procrastination tempting. Therefore, they should be avoided during study time. Solution. Turn off notifications and add a blocker to your internet to limit your time on distracting sites. Physical distractions. Physical distractions are distractions from your environment, like a TV in the background or other people talking. These distractions can be just as damaging to your focus as digital distractions. Solution. Find a quiet place to study where you can go to focus in your home. If that's not an option, You can use noise-canceling headphones to block out noisy distractions in your environment. There are also complimentary public and university libraries that are serene and comfortable. Some libraries even operate 24/7, uninterrupted. Beyond just providing a pleasant study space, the presence of others studying around you instills a sense of productivity. Rabbit holes. Because we cover so much material on the Odin Project and link to so many high-quality courses and tools, it is easy for students to get pulled into rabbit holes by spending time trying to learn all there is to know about a subject that they aren't ready for or won't benefit them much. We have put a lot of effort into structuring the curriculum so that all of the important things that you need to know about web development are covered exactly when you need to know them. Solution: stick to the path laid out as much as possible. Try to limit time spent going down rabbit holes, as these sidetracks can really ruin your momentum. This usually is my main issue. I'm a curious person, so sometimes when something interests me so much, I keep getting on these rabbit holes, trying to learn as much as I can about the subject. But that's not a wise decision. We will stick with the Odin Project path. Somewhere in the middle I might get to do work in some other platforms like IziCodeCraft, but it would all be similar and just more practice of the same topic that we will have here in the Odin Project. So as an example, when learning HTML, I might get more practice exercises in IziCodeCraft or even Codecademy. I think that would be good for me and for you guys too. Comparing yourself to others. Students often compare themselves to others who are farther along in their coding journey or have more experience. This is a recipe for depression and frustration. Solution: only compare yourself to your past self. Have your abilities and knowledge improved from where you were last week, last month, or last year. Be proud of the progress that you've made. Yeah, don't compare with me too, both to positive or negative ways. I just want to improve within the time. This YouTube channel will hopefully be a metric of this evolution too. That's the idea. In some months or even years, I look back and see what I couldn't do or some challenge I could surpass and both motivate and inspire me to make and achieve some new goals. Please, join me on this journey. Counterproductive note-taking. The Odin Project does not recommend taking a lot of notes throughout your web development educational journey because it can be time-consuming and often leads to wasted effort. Solution: instead of taking notes to use as direct references, make notes that can serve as prompts for further research. It is important to get comfortable with reading documentation, which essentially acts as pre-existing notes made by someone else. Conclusion: learning any new skill is a journey full of speed bumps and obstacles to be overcome. We hope that the principles laid out here will put you in a much better position to succeed and get the most out of the Odin Project. We have here some assignments to do. This first one is to read about the success of others in the Odin Project Discord server's Success Stories forum. I will leave that to explore outside of the video, cause we don't necessarily have a specific thing to see, so I will check the forum and I will explore other person's stories. Make sure you do that as well. Second, to learn more about the growth mindset, go through the following resources. Believe you can get better. It's a TED Talk from Carol Dweck. The title is, The Power of Believing That You Can Improve. Interesting. I will watch it later, maybe make a video later with a summary of those things learned. Please add a comment if you want to see that type of content here. I'm not going to open and play the video here. I think it's counterproductive. If there's that type of content there, you guys should see it there and give that view on their platform. The other one is Grit. Okay, it's another TED Talk, now from Angela Lee Duckworth. The title is Grit: The Power of Passion and Perseverance. Again, same logic to this one. Please go to that link and watch it there. Next one is You Can Learn Anything. This isn't a TED Talk, but a Khan Academy article, and it has a video. The title is The Learning Myth: Why I'll Never Tell My Son He's Smart. Maybe I can make another episode on this assignment. The last assignment is, to learn more about the best ways to learn, watch this summary of Coursera's Learning How to Learn course. The full course is linked in the additional resources. It has a YouTube video. It seems to be another TED Talk. So, again, I will check this videos, and if I think it has potential or content enough for a new video episode 1 will do it and share with you guys. If not, I will go through them in the background and will mark this lesson as complete. I will let you guys know in the next video how it turned out. We still have some additional resources. I'm not going too much into them right now. I might check them all later too, and if I find those things necessary, I will maybe summarize all of that in a video presentation for you guys. So I think that's it for now. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this.